know the name, right? Richie will say, but this is Franky 5. This is not Richie, right? This is gospel. We just had a very beautiful experience on radio a while ago. And to be honest, the calls, the phone-ins, the messages, Team DH and everybody, the whole Ghana, super excited about the fact that today a new queen has been crowned in the Ghana music industry. Her name is Dinah Antwi Hamilton, and she's right here with me. In a moment, we're going to be talking to her, so just hold up. Right, so like I told you, there's a new queen, whether you like it or not, a new ruler of the Ghana music industry. And by the grace of God, it came from the gospel fraternity. She fought so hard, went through the thick and thin, through all the landscape, named them streams, downloads, marketing, distribution, shows. And she ended up here in the studios of Hits 103.9 FM. Of course, this is gospel with your man, Franky 5. Diana!
Mr. Franky 5.
She's super. Serious crosses, The laughter has changed, man.
My manager was saying I'm laughing like a rich woman now, so maybe I'm going to be rich, so watch out.
You are super rich.
Oh, amen.
You're super rich. Listen. How did you prepare for last night? We just want to put spotlight last night. When you woke up in the morning on your bed, just run us through how things went.
Well, it was, for me, waking up in the morning was a normal day for me. But I think it was the Team DH people that were like, we fought such a good fight and we don't want anybody to mess it up for us. So those that were having the jitteriness, but I have to say, I was fine. I have this attitude that after you've done all you can, after you've done everything you can do, you have to stand and watch God do what he wants to do. If it's beyond you, don't try. If it's within your limit, go ahead and do it. And so when you've done everything you can, you leave the rest to God. And I say this all the time, that with me, God deals with me by elimination. It's a Franky 5. And so if I don't get something, I don't say I missed it. All I say is God took it away because I didn't need it at that particular time. So with that mentality in mind, it was, if I get it, God wants me to have it. If I don't, God doesn't want me to have it yet.
So you had calls from Charterhouse. You need to come for dress rehearsal. You need to prepare. You need to be on stage at this time. And finally, when you got to the auditorium on the red carpet, we're watching. And after red carpet, you entered the auditorium. And what we saw on TV was that you were the opener, they call it. You and Joe opened up the entire ceremony. How did that go?
So we were not told initially when we're gonna go on stage, and we didn't think we were gonna open the show. And so when we got in, we got to know we're opening the show after red carpet. But we had rehearsed on Thursday. We had gone and done dress rehearsal at the venue. Was it? Yes, on Thursday. And so when they said we were gonna open the stage, the event, I just held hands with Joe. We just called forth the blood and just asked the blood to do what the blood does best. And we just went and we powered it through.
We heard that, yes, like you said, that you were not the original opener of the show. There was an artist that was supposed to open the show. Okay. And this a wind, we got wind of it. Okay. And you were called, unprepared.
Oh, no. No, we were not called unprepared. We knew we were opening the stage. Obviously, I think because of the rains, things got a bit delayed a bit. And so I think after red carpet, I sat down for a while and we went backstage. I had the chance to change into what I was performing with. I had the chance to sit down. We had the chance to pray. So we were not called unprepared at all. And we're soldiers of the cross. We're always prepared, aren't we? And so, no, we didn't feel we were thrown. No. It was nothing like. To be honest, you're making me aware that we were not the show openers, because we were not told whether we were midway in the show. You know how events run. You get there and you ask, when am I? Where on the program am I? And they said, you're opening it. So it wasn't like we were told, oh, you're going to be midway through the show, and then later they said, you're opening the show. So if you hadn't said this, I wouldn't have known that somebody was opening the show. All we knew was we're opening the show. So I went backstage, changed, and then we went and we powered through.
It was a great performance. I mean, we saw how the blend went between you and Joe seamless. And it was like you guys had rehearsed for days or weeks. How many days did you rehearse this song?
Not even 2 hours. No, it wasn't even. The team is a good team, and so the singers, the players, Joe. It's such a joy to work with that team, and we almost share the same team, and so it's not a problem doing this at all. When I got there, it had been arranged. It had been, and Charterhouse and the organizers had given us how they wanted it, but also gave us room to be creative. And so there was no hard and fast. We were made to be ourselves, bring a bit of a twist. So Joe started my song. I came in and did his song. And yeah, but no, it didn't take long to rehearse. No, not at all.
Your time on stage was so short. We were expecting that after the two of you, maybe there will be individual exclusive performances like we saw from the other secular guys. So there are quite a number of people who have come up into my DM and said to me that, Franky, listen, you guys are making noise. Upon all your noise, you were giving just 5 minutes for your two biggest artists, supposedly, on stage. They didn't have enough time. See how time was given to other artists, and the two of them have to share 5 minutes. How do you feel about that?
If I'm holding an event and I invite you to come and sing, I want to believe that I sit down and I plan. I have just left Joe Metal's event and I was giving a 15-minute slot to minister. Will I be offended? No. He's organizing the event. He's planned his time and says, I'm giving you this length of time to minister. There have been events I've been to that the host of that event says, there's a song I want to do. It's a public domain song. You're known for singing it. Can I do it this time? Can you not do it so I get to do it? Well, Uncle Franky, will you be offended for saying that? It's just you. As long as you accord courtesy and respect. I'm not the event organizer. I don't work at Charterhouse. And so, no, I wasn't offended. If it's an issue that needs to be discussed, maybe then we need to discuss it with Charterhouse. But no, I haven't been offended. And I think the beauty of this was how professionally we were able to blend two songs, 2 5-minute songs, slot it in a 6-minute period, not increase tempo, but be able to bring it and still send that message. I think if anybody wants to challenge that, what they need to do is how we're able to put that message across within that time and still not look awkward. You're better off delivering a strong message in 5 minutes than boring people for 20 minutes.
Beautiful. So there are people who are also saying that, listen, Dinah, did you get this win for the Christian fraternity or the gospel folks to make a statement? Because largely in this country, we all know that the secular guys have the stream numbers. They have the stream numbers, and the analytics are there to prove. Few of you guys that we find that are top notch and are competing equally with them digitally in the sales and distribution of music. What do you think these critics are trying to say? That your win was just intended to make a statement and not a well-deserving win?
I don't, that, right now, the question you're asking is double packed, but we'll try and break it down, Franky. If we're talking analytics, then maybe the figures are there to show, so I won't even handle that. If it's a well-deserving or it's not well-deserving, it will be not biblical. It will not be biblical. If the whole of Ghana says, yay, she deserves it, yay, she deserves it. Why? Because Bible says, woe unto you if all men love you. And so we'll leave it at that and say that if anybody wants the figures, they can check. But I have to say that opinions are like noses. Everyone has one. And everyone is entitled to it. And I totally and absolutely respect everyone's opinion. And it's such a joy to be able to win this for Jesus, not for myself. The world and everything in it belongs to He who I speak about.
So you think that you won the sympathy of Ghanaians, or you actually deserved it?
I think we need to ask Ghanaians that. That's the question we need to ask Ghanaians. And I can't go to people's homes and ask them to vote one by one. And so if somebody got up in the morning and decided to vote, I don't think, do I look poor? Do I look sympathy? Like, do I look like I need something? Do I look like, listen, we set off to do the will of God. And then God decides to use mere mortals to bring glory to Himself, to make a statement, to glorify His name, not us. And so not unto us, but to Him who is seated highly in heaven, whose will is being done in our lives. We'll leave it as that.
Nice. There are, a school of thought that also says that there are people who engineered this for you to get it on a silver platter.
Silver platter.
I've heard names like Table of Men. I've heard names, I've even heard my name. I don't know anybody personally. I know people at Charterhouse. I don't have any relationship with anybody. And so what do you have to say about this to the critics as well? That it was cooked for you on a silver platter.
Franky 5, like I said, opinions are like noses. Everyone has one. And you will not push anyone to say don't express your opinions. God has done what He wants to do. And I think time will tell what God has to do, wants to do with us. And so we'll leave people to have their opinions, isn't it? Yeah. And we didn't win this on sympathy basis. This is work we have done, and the work is there to show for itself. So we'll leave it there.
Finally, I would like to ask you what this whole win means to you, one, and what it means to Ghana music, not just the gospel music. What it means to you and what it means to Ghana music.
What it means to me is that when you trust in the Lord and you do His will, you work according to His will, not wanting to gain anything for yourself, but to walk in His perfect will. He then takes the wheels, then He directs the affairs of your life. Then at the end of the day, He brings glory to Himself. What happened last night was not glory to me, but it's glory to He who I sing about. And so it's just going to establish, reaffirm, confirm all the fans of my faith that when you trust in the Lord and you do His will, He will come through for you. And so it's just a clear indication that I have to continually trust Him, do His will, not wanting to gain anything. We didn't set out in life, in ministry, to win awards. We actually set out to do the will of God. Father, what will I do that will please you? What would you have me tell your people? This has been my number one prayer. What would you have me tell your people? And I think God has spoken to the nations through me. And so I didn't win their sympathy. They received the word of God. It worked in their lives. And the manifestation of it is what we are seeing. It's been an organic growth. We have amassed this following because God has done it in his own time. And in his own time, he makes all things beautiful. I say this all the time. When he begins to bless you, it leaves people gobsmacked. And I think we're experiencing that.
All right, interesting. So we want to thank you very much for this opportunity. And we are very hopeful that you will be able to sustain this. Because the reason why I say this, we've seen over the years people who have come up as overall artist of the year. And the subsequent years, they are drowned. They are gone. Whew. They fizzle out. We don't get to hear of them again. Is it going to be like this with Dinah?
You know, one thing I'll ask you to do, don't stop praying for me. And I'm not doing this for myself. I think you might think this is an overly user, but I am walking in the will of God and I am trusting him to lead me. And so let's watch and see. It's been 20 years or 20 something years we've been here. If I'm going to add when I started singing with Francis AJ, then I was 14 then, so we'll be talking almost 30 years. And we're here. So there's always been the consistency. There's always been the Jesus we're trying to show. That it's never been about showmanship, myself. It's not been about anything. It's just about the Jesus in me coming out for the world to see. And why reinvent the wheel? Why change a winning team? Why try to be something you're not? Let's see.
Over millions of musicians, you stood out tall and they gave you that mantle. Is this going to change anything about you? Regards to the Dinah that we all know, the people's person kind of Dinah? And is it going to change? Is anything going to change about your rating and your rate cards and everything?
I'm glad I'm not the one that handles rate card, and so it's not even something I can answer. But I'm still breathing the same way. I'm still... I woke up this morning and my hair hasn't grown any longer. I haven't gone any fatter, even though I'm eating late. And my voice hasn't changed. And so I want to believe my heart will not change. My mind will not change. And my Jesus will not change. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Just don't stop praying for us. And just don't stop bashing when you need to bash. Just... No, it's I have to say this, Franky, that we listen, we hear, we take it on board, and then we ask God to carry on. And so if it's good, let us know. If it's bad, let us know. Don't just say when it's bad, but when it's good, let them know. So that's when it's good and you let them know. When it's bad and you let them know, they believe it. But when it's bad, if it's always bad, they begin to wonder. Do you know what? Do you get what I mean? So if it's good, let them know. If it's bad, let them know. Then they begin to take it all in.
Artist of the Year. All right. So just before we sign out, let me say that we've just had a very beautiful encounter with the lady, Diana Antwi Hamilton, the Artist of the Year, the new queen of Ghana music. And so as we sign out, producers have put together, something they call sparkling wine or champagne for us to pop to celebrate this big, huge, very historic win at the VGMAs last night. And so Dugis is here to do us this honors. Let's blast the bottle and bring the cups, bring the cup. This is it. First time we are popping a champagne on This Is Gospel. And it's only for the lady Dinah. It's just because we love her. So, Artist of the Year, we are doing this on behalf of all the gospel folks to God's glory. And we want this thing to come back again next year. Next year, we want to have it. Hey. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. So give us some, so that, you know, she'll propose a toast for herself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm proposing a toast for myself.
Yes. Yeah. Ken, you want to join us?
No, you know Ken.
He doesn't like cameras.
Ken just like that behind yourself. Sweet. Nice one.
Right. Okay, so Diana would like to propose a toast for herself. Let's see how it goes.
First time I'm proposing a toast, right? This is a big thank you to God. So yes, and this is to something great and bigger. God who's begun a good work is faithful to see us through. Cheers. Cheers.